And today almost sort of takes me back in time in not one but two ways, because we are going to kind of conclude our look at animated Optimus Prime this week by looking at the Voyager class animated Optimus Prime. And it takes me back because for those of you who have been around the channel since the beginning, true review number 1 was a version of animated Optimus Prime. It was, I think, I called it Legends at the time, but it was a KO of the Activators done really as a Legends. I think it was called Activators. But I've always wondered about this big boy. How good is he? Let's find out together in the latest GotBot True review. Hey one hell, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot. As always, please like, comment, share. Of course, subscribe, and while you are at it, light 'em up, baby. Hit that notification bell, please. It helps me out a ton, lets you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, The Everything Factor, all the groups that I'm either a mod or an admin for, as well as all of my social media links. All of that is in the description down below. Also in the description down below, and if you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link, check us out on Patreon, see what we have to offer to you through spring, or of course, hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. And this is a big, beefy Voyager animated Optimus Prime with his Earth mode. I have always wanted to take a look at this. I've always thought it's an interesting take. And of course, with the recent Legacy United release, which I have not looked at, I don't know that mold, it made me think back to this one even more. How good is he in the modern age? Let's find out together when we head over to the table and take a closer look at this guy. And today we have Transformers Animated Voyager class Optimus Prime. And man, oh man, do I really, really like this. I've never looked at the Legacy United mold, so I really don't know how good of an homage that is to this, though it seems like it's pretty darn good. And in the last review, we looked at the Deluxe class Cybertronian mode, and in true review number 1, we looked at the, I want to say it was Activators, I call it Legends class, but I think it was actually Activators. Or a KO of the Activators Optimus Prime. And this feels like the apex of looking at animated Optimus Prime offerings, I suppose. Though there was, I think, like a wing blade or like an amped up version that came out, I don't know, 2010, 2011, something like that. But anyway, it is what it is. Let's start with how this guy rolls. And he rolls really great. Really, really nice, actually. He also has all of this on the back. And you know what? It's kind of seamless. It's his axe and it's his blaster. But honestly, I think it goes on there nicely. He doesn't come with a trailer. So, you know, I mean, it's nice to have something here to kind of bulk the back up a bit. That said, if you're thinking that doesn't really look animation accurate, you can take it off and this looks pretty darn animation accurate. Now before we look at this, let's look at what else kind of came with them. We have this sheet of instructions. They're actually pretty darn good. I found them easy to follow. And of course over here we have the bio and all of that other stuff about how when they crashed on Earth, like he took the lead and blah 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 blah. What say before we get to Optimus, we look at this contraption that was on his back. It just slots in really nicely. Like this slots in and then these two kind of slot into place. Now, we can take this off. This is his little hand blaster. And there's a little, peg here. I have not tried putting this in his hand. I've heard it's a little cumbersome though. I will say this, you can take the front off and apparently fill this with water and he'll shoot like a jet stream of water, I guess I don't know if there's I don't know how it's done. I don't know how you get that to push in to do it. But anyway, yeah, apparently this fires a little jet stream of water. If that's any good to you, you know me, I'm not really much of a gimmick guy. Then we have the other piece, which is his axe. We can open that out and bring that down. I think that's probably it. Hold on, I'm gonna confer with the image. Yeah, that looks about it, I guess. I don't know, it's fine, I suppose. It's very stylized. This is not what I remember his axe looking like, but it's cool all the same. He can definitely do some damage with it. Okay, so here we have Voyager Optimus. This is what the back looks like, pretty clean. He rolls, like I said, really, really nicely and stuff. I like this, I do. I very much like this. Let's do the transformation and then we'll be able to give this guy some scores, and we'll see him next to a Megatron. Maybe 2. We'll see. Where do I want to begin? I guess we'll start with the legs and we'll split those apart and we're going to bring up the toes. We're going to, undo, a la Fall of Cybertron, undo the, what do we call that? Bumper at the front, and bring these pieces down on the legs. Take the rear tire, I love this, fold it in, then bring this all the way down. And, is that right? Yeah, bring this all the way down, fold this up and in behind his leg. Let me show it a little more elegantly, hopefully, on this side. So, we have to, again, take this tire and we're going to fold that in, bring this down on the side, fold this up, angle back the bumper, and put it behind the leg. That's the lower body done, really. I mean, I guess I can, oh, there's a button here. Does it? Yeah, okay, so I don't think it works the whole way, but you're supposed to press the button and then the legs come down and automatically go, like, twist around so that they're in the right location. That's the lower body done. So all we did with the lower body is put up the toes, we undid the bumper on the front, brought all that down on the side, and then basically folded the rear tires to the inside. This is the front tire. And we folded it up on the gray and put the bumper in behind the leg. Very, very, very neat, clean, tidy way to do it. We have to do the upper body, but you can see that's a little out of frame, so we're going to adjust the camera ever so slightly. Okay, so we're going to pick this up next, I do believe, so that we got that up. Let's open these out to the side. That, of course, will be his arms. And it's a very traditional Optimus Prime transformation here with the arms. I'm pretty sure that the alternator's activator, was the exact same. Straighten that up. We're going to take this hand here. Why do you not want to come out? There we go. And straighten it up. This comes back and folds all the way down, and the head comes out like that. And boom, here we have Optimus in his alt mode, I do believe. Just out of interest sake, since we're here right now, before we do anything else, this can go, slot it in his hand just fine. No big deal. If you don't want it on his hand, I think that there's a way. Yes, there is a way for us to put this back on the back here. I'm gonna have to find that out. You're gonna have to give me a moment with that. But yeah, boom, this is Optimus in his robot mode. I was gonna do this, but I'm not sure how it attaches, so I actually have to kind of confer back for a moment here with the instructions. Just give me a second. Okay, I wasn't sure if there was a different slot or spot, but it's not. It's this one here. And what we do is we take this rectangular peg, I guess, and that actually fits in there. This comes down, and it sort of gives him like wings and a backpack, and like the way the handle is sort of like a thruster and stuff. So you can put that on his back. Let's also take a look at him next to Voyager class Cybertronian mode, Megatron, who we looked at pretty recently. And while that is still a little bit taller and a little bit bigger than Voyager Optimus, I don't think it's enough of a discrepancy considering how much larger the animated Decepticons were compared to the Autobots. I think that this Megatron matches better with the Cybertronian mode Deluxe class Optimus. I feel like this matchup of Earth Mode Voyager Optimus and Earth Mode later class Megatron is probably your ideal scale. I could be wrong. It's open to interpretation. This is just how I feel, but I feel like this feels right. So we're going to take him out of it. Okay, it's time to start giving this guy some scores. Man, I keep saying time for scores and I keep forgetting about gimmicks and stuff. So right here you can kind of see his face. The faceplate is down, but if you push on a button on the back of his head, he can have his faceplate. So this Optimus can have the faceplate both ways. Transformation is familiar, brilliant, easy. I'm going to give the transformation a 10. I love it. There's nothing about it that I don't like, actually. I'm going to take this back off of his back, and put that down. The look of the guy. Now, there was a little bit of a running variant, I believe, as this guy, like, I guess made his way out and people started complaining and wanting to see things done a little differently. Let's start from the feet though and work our way up, and we'll get to that complaint. The black around the toes is correct, the blue on the feet and the shins, that's correct, the yellow is correct, the gray on the thigh is correct, all of the lights on the pelvis and the blue pelvis correct, the black on the ribs correct, the silver with the black and the inset yellow lights, all of that's correct. The grill, that's correct. The shape and look of the windows and whatnot here is correct, though arguably these, instead of being blue, should be black, but I'm going to let it pass. The silver here should not be here in robot mode, and the black on the back of the arm shouldn't be there. In fact, the back of the hand should actually have a yellow rectangle on it. The head is pretty much perfect. What you would want on the head is pretty much what you got on the head. But the most glaring thing, and probably you've noticed, is no Autobot logo. There should be an Autobot logo over here on this shoulder, and indeed there was a running change apparently in a variant where that Autobot logo is on the left shoulder. This is still pretty good. I'm going to say, like, you know what this is. I'm going to say it's a solid 9 for sure. So we have a 9, we have a 10, that's a 9.5. Let's do the articulation for the guy. We have a head that can go really all the way around, and that works whether the faceplate is up or down. The shoulder can also go all the way around, can go well out to the side, like way, way out to the sides. We have a butterfly to go forward with, if you wanted to. The way the shoulders are, like by right you can collapse them for the look, but the way that they're hinged is what gives you the range of motion. Elbows just shy of 90 degrees. We have a swivel there at the wrist. Nothing really at the wrist. We do have a waist, but because of the gimmick, it's a very loose waist. Out to the side, so he can do the splits. He can kick. Is that all he can? That's all he can kick forward. That's not great. Kick all the way back, though. I'd almost be tempted to, I don't know, turn his legs around or something. I'm not really, oh, my mistake. I didn't have the legs pulled down the whole way. Ugh, sorry about that. Let's try that again. Yeah, the knee is deeper than I thought. I thought that the knee was a little bit deeper. I don't know, I guess we'll give it 90. It's not quite, well, it's kind of 90 degrees because of the weird nature of it. Man, I feel so bad about that. I guess he is the height of the Voyager Megatron that I mentioned earlier. I take that criticism back, though I do still think he scales better with the leader. We do have a rotation at the knee. Toes up and down, no ankle tilt. So, there you go. Wrist would be nice, ankle tilt would be nice, but that's really about it. 10 for the transformation, a 9 for the look of the guy. I'm going to say the articulation is also about a 9. He was getting a 9.5. We'll say a 9.25. A pretty fantastic Optimus. And again, just because I didn't have the legs extended, I'm going to put that guy there, and I'm going to put this guy down here, and I'll adjust the camera so that you can see it properly with the legs fully extended. There you go, right? I still think it matches better here, but yes, he is more the height of this guy, so it's sort of up to you. The only other thing that I haven't done yet, and I'm going to do it now, is this blaster. So we put the axe in his hand, and he was able to hold that no problem. The blaster here, I've heard, yeah, it fits, but I've heard that the handle is kind of shallow. And it is a little bit shallow. I do find that if you kind of hold off on the panel on the back of the hand, you get a little bit of a better fit. Small price to pay for an Optimus that's excellent and sits quite comfortably at a 9.25. And here we are once again, and here he is. So his little pea shooter blaster is it's okay, it leaves something to be desired, but that axe is tremendous. I love it. I think it's fantastic. I love the look of the truck mode, super animation accurate. I love the look of the robot mode. I love that the faceplate is able to go up and down. The range of motion on the arms, the butterfly back, the elbow, the bicep, the wrist, that would have been nice, but not a deal breaker. We have a great waist. The hips, you know, like everything is pretty excellent. I love the transformation and how everything folds up on his leg very, very nicely. The only real gripes that I can levy is I wish he had an ankle tilt, and not for nothing. I mean, forward on the leg, I wish it could go a bit more. Same with the knee, but like for the design, the odd design that we get with animated, like I think that this is okay. It would have been nice if it was a little bit deeper, but I'm not angry about it for what it is. It's really the secrets in the thighs. And I really don't know how they could have worked around that, because in the show, this is what his thighs look like. If you did them differently, then he wouldn't be animation accurate. What do you want to give up? Animation accuracy for an inaccurate thigh that might give you better articulation? Or put up with a slightly reduced range of motion and a super animation look? You know what? There's arguments on both sides, right? I mean, is he excellent? Yes. Is he perfect? No. How does he stack up to the Legacy United? I don't know. Maybe you do, because maybe you have the Legacy United, and maybe those people will voice their opinions in the comments if the United actually is an upgrade. But for what this guy is, even today by modern standards, he's still pretty terrific. And you know what? Put him next to leader class Megatron, and boy, oh boy, I think that scale works out nicely. Let me know what you think about Voyager class animated Optimus Prime. I appreciate you guys coming by, giving me some of your extremely valuable time. I do know how important it is to you. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link, check us out on Patreon, see what we have to offer to you through Spring, or of course, hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. While you're at it, please hit the subscribe button, stick around, have some fun with us here on the channel, and don't forget, not for a moment, not for a second, that you right there, you do make a difference in the world, whether you know it or not. And I look forward to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either in the live streams on Thursday nights, at the stop motion premieres, or the old fashioned way right here inside the videos.